Out in the deep, where starlight never shines and silence has no rival, a solitary machine drifts farther and farther into the great unknown. It is Voyager 2. A relic of our early ambition. Launched 46 years ago on a mission to explore the boundaries of what we believed to be real. An emissary of Earth, flung into the cosmic sea, carrying whispers of who we are. For decades, it spoke back. Quietly. Faithfully. Its voice was a stream of numbers, pulses, and measurements, a delicate music woven from magnetism and radiation. Each bite a brushstroke on the canvas of the void. But then, something shifted. A transmission arrived, not broken, not glitched. Different. Intentional. It wasn't static. It wasn't interference. It was something else. And hidden deep within the data was a message, not from us. Not of us. We weren't prepared to see it. We weren't ready to hear what it meant. For years, the public was told space was empty, quiet, safe. But this signal shattered that illusion. Voyager 2, now more than 20 billion kilometers from Earth, had crossed the border, the heliopause, the edge where the solar wind yields to the silence of interstellar space. Beyond that line, there should be nothing. Just cold. Just darkness. But on a cold, unassuming night, something impossible appeared in the data. A ripple. A spike in plasma wave readings. The scientists dismissed it at first. A blip. A ghost in the machine. Until it happened again. And again. Each time, the signal grew clearer. More rhythmic. Less random. The pattern was unmistakable. Not natural. Not accidental. Structured. Deliberate. Magnetic field readings began to pulse with strange precision. Too perfect to be coincidence. The probe had recorded something. A signal. A sequence. It was data, but it felt like language. As the signal was analyzed, a deeper layer revealed itself. Hidden beneath the normal telemetry was a low-frequency stream, not emitted by Voyager, but injected into its broadcast. Something had piggybacked on our own machine. And when the signal was fed into advanced, quantum-assisted decoders, it unraveled into patterns, spirals, fractals, loops, and intersections. Not static. Symbols. Not noise. Meaning. Some described it as mathematical graffiti, etched not randomly but with precision. For the first time in history we had the computing power to see it. And what we saw was a reply. Not only had something out there noticed Voyager, it had answered. And it wasn't alone. Trajectory models revealed another anomaly, a disturbance in the space near Voyager. Roughly 500,000 kilometers away, an object hovered. No visible body. No light. But movement. Deliberate, measured, reactive movement. The object mirrored Voyager's path for over 3 days. It shifted speed. It adjusted trajectory. It listened. No asteroid behaves like that. No comet follows another machine with that precision. And it responded to Voyager's transmissions. Every time the probe broadcast, the object altered its path, subtly but clearly. It became known as the Watcher. And the deeper question wasn't what it was, but why now? Then came the most chilling moment. In Voyager's last scheduled data burst before its transmitter went silent for recalibration, the Deep Space Network caught an echo. It came from elsewhere. It mimicked Voyager's signal, but twisted. Inverted. Distorted like a voice heard through fractured glass. It spoke in a rhythm, but backward. A reflection. A reply. But only once. One transmission. One unmistakable pulse. And then, nothing. Silence. Deafening. Unnatural. Within that silence the horror became clear. We had been heard. And answered. In our own voice. Data analysts pulled apart the echo, bit by bit. Hidden within its metadata was a time signature. But it didn't match Voyager's internal clock. Nor Earth's. It came from a different frame of time. A reference outside our planetary system. And when translated through astronomical drift models, it pointed to a date in our future, a precise alignment between Earth, the Moon, and a third object still unknown. A celestial arrangement that hadn't yet occurred. It wasn't just a message. It was a countdown. A marker. A warning. The scientific community fractured. Some called it noise. Artifact. Coincidence. But others, quietly, fearfully, believed it was the first contact with a signal meant to be seen by us, crafted by a consciousness older than we could imagine. NASA authorized deeper decoding. With help from a quantum AI lab, Voyager's full transmission stream was reprocessed. The result? A three-dimensional structure. Not language. Not biology. But a spatial pattern, one that mirrored the double helix of human DNA. Not molecular. Cartographic. A star map. Coordinates. To somewhere beyond known space. This wasn't just contact. This was a gesture. An invitation. Or a challenge. For years, scientists warned against shouting into the dark. We never knew who might be listening. Now, someone had not only heard us, they had learned from us, spoken in our pattern, and sent something back. And at the end of that decoded structure, the AI translated two words. Not alone. Before we could fully grasp the implications, a French observatory picked up a final anomaly. A mirrored signal. Voyager's last transmission, reversed. Replayed. Reconstructed. But the energy signature was not human. Sharper. Denser. Alien. It came from a part of the sky where no object was catalogued. Someone, or something, had learned to speak in our technological voice. And then, everything stopped. No more signals. No more motion. The object vanished. Voyager's channel fell into perfect, deafening silence. Scientists described the moment as too calm, as if the storm hadn't passed, but had paused. In classified reports, analysts suggested Voyager hadn't malfunctioned. It had been taken. Not destroyed. Not broken. But removed. Studied. Someone had seen our flicker in the dark, and responded with something we never expected, understanding. They had watched. They had mirrored. They had replied. And then they had vanished, as if waiting for what comes next. Voyager 2 was our voice in the void. We sent it to speak. To dream. To hope. We never expected a reply. But we got one. And it changed everything. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't chance. It was calculated. Precise. The signal watched us. Studied us. Spoke like us. And then it went silent. Not because it had nothing left to say, but because it had said everything it needed to. And now, we wait. Because the final timestamp doesn't point backward. It points ahead. To something approaching.